YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back, and I got a little sneak peek to my final NFL season predictions, which are coming tomorrow, which is Monday, week one of the NFL season. But this video, a little sneak peek, I'm going to give you and predict all of my division winners for the 2021 NFL season, so we'll get an idea on part of my playoffs at least. It's kind of a rankings in a way as well. I'm going to rank teams by, at the top. First, we'll show the team most likely to win their division and on. So we're going to show 8 teams, all division winners here, so really excited. Follow our Twitter, keep involved. Constant NFL talking during live games there. Check that out. Link down below. Trying to get to 10K. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on the channel. Again, my final predictions coming Monday, and then Tuesday the in-season content starts. First power rankings of the year. Tuesday night, weekly pick'ems with the other guys of the channel. And then Wednesday, I got my score predictions, and there's a lot more content, and that's the drill for the whole year there. So I'm excited, and keeping you guys involved. You guys are picking as well. Here's our Pics League. We're going to show the top leaders on the leaderboard during every Picks video, so shout-outs. We're giving away more merch. There's chances to win merch. Only way to join is follow us on Twitter. If you're looking for this exact page, which is on your screen, I'll put a link at the very top of the comments of this video, every video going forward, and that's how you guys will join it. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you read everything on there to make sure you know what's going on as well. So, again, link pinned in the comments. Division winners. So the team I'm most confident about winning their division is going to be the Green Bay Packers. NFC North we're starting with here. I'm very confident with the Packers. And, again, keep in mind, these are just division winners. These are not necessarily the seeds. My final playoff predictions, Super Bowl and everything will come out tomorrow, which is Monday, the 4th. But I got the Packers at the top here. A lot different than maybe a couple months ago. The whole Rodgers situation, again, I was pretty confident that he'll be playing for the Packers, but you kind of worry about, will he be ready week one? How will the vibes kind of be? The chemistry, everything seems to be good. And then you start to worry, for the Packers' sake, you started to worry about the Vikings maybe a little bit. Building their roster back up, getting very healthy. It is pretty talented, but it doesn't really feel like we're all as high on the Vikings we were maybe a month or two ago. Bears, if they were starting Justin Fields, maybe feel a little better. Lions are still a work in progress. Feeling pretty good about the Packers, and they could be. With me saying that they could be better than last year, it doesn't mean that they're going to, because they were a step away. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm predicting them to win a Super Bowl or have a better record. But on paper, you could debate that they're better than last year. Maybe a better defensive. I guess that's to be determined. Better defensive coaching staff. So I think I guess Bakhtiari's going to miss the first 6 weeks, so that's pretty tough. But he missed the end last year. But pretty confident with the Packers here, and they have a pretty damn good chance to win their division. Next, I'm going to go Chiefs next. Very likely to win their division. Definitely could debate the best team in football. And again, this isn't my seeding prediction. We'll get to my playoff predictions tomorrow, but it's a pretty good division over there in the AFC West. I think I definitely think they'll win it, but the Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, in no particular order, those are pretty dangerous teams, for different reasons. Chargers get a better coaching staff. They may have a high-powered offense. They should with Justin Herbert. Raiders are a pretty damn balanced team. That's a very balanced team. They gave the Chiefs problems twice, even though they beat them once. They gave them problems twice last year. The Broncos got healthy. They play pretty good defense, and they'll run the ball pretty damn tough. So that's a tough division. So somebody can sneak up on them. Won't be easy, but it's a very talented team, obviously, so shouldn't really be a surprise that I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning the AFC West. Next, we'll go with the Super Bowl champs. We'll go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and, it's pretty close to being the team most likely to win their division. They're pretty close there. There's some sneaky teams, though. Saints are pretty sneaky with the Buccaneers' former quarterback, Jameis Winston. They gave the Buccaneers big problems in the regular season. This is a regular season video. This isn't who's winning the Super Bowl, who's going to get, what seed, who's winning how many playoff games. This is a regular season video, and the Saints can be pretty sneaky in the regular season. Falcons got a better coaching staff in there. Their defense was improving last year, and again, better staff for defense, and we know their offense is going to ball out. In the Panthers, if Darnold just really looks like the USC Darnold, that guy maybe a lot of people expected, and that changes everything because the rest of the roster is incredibly talented. So that's actually a pretty tough division. I think tougher than what people were kind of saying. But I got the Buccaneers winning the NFC South. Next up, I got the Titans fourth, winning the AFC South. The Colts are definitely a threat. It's a very well-coached team. They're going to run the crap out of the ball. They're going to stop the run and make plays on their defense as well. That's a pretty tough team. You do question Wentz a little bit. You do question the health, mainly with Wentz there. So that definitely can change some things. But and that's why I'm kind of more confident with the Titans. Titans won the division last year with a pretty horrendous defense, and they went out and did the right things for their defense this year. So if they're able to do it last year, you can't base things off last year, but if they're able to be that good, because we trust them that much on offense, one of the better offenses in football, but they go out and do the right things, in my opinion, to their defense, it looks going to look like a totally different defense out there. So I become pretty damn confident with them. So I got them in the top 4, most likely to win their division there. And, are the Jags really a threat? Are the Texans really a threat? It's not really the strongest division, but the Colts are definitely a threat. Next, 5th most, I'm going to go the Bills. It's definitely getting interesting, though. They're in the AFC East. The Bills are my AFC East champions, as you can see. But the Patriots, I like them better with Mac Jones over Cam Newton. Or Cam Newton's not even on the team anymore, but you get my idea there. So that's pretty good. The offensive line's looking crisp. They added more weapons to the receiver and tight end unit. That's fantastic. We know they're going to run the ball at a high level. And then defensively, they got a lot of guys back. I know Gilmore's going to be on the PUP list, going to miss about 6 weeks or so. So that's pretty tough, but we know that defense will be a lot better than last year. So they present some problems for the Bills. And then the Dolphins can be pretty sneaky as well. The Jets can be sneaky week to week there. They're not going to be a threat to win a division, though. But the Dolphins play really good defense. They're playmaking defense, get their hands on the ball, and that offense could be explosive. It's fast. We know that for sure. So the Bills, it's a very, very, very talented team, both sides of the ball, in such a high-powered passing attack, but it's no free one at all here. It's not going to be like last year. There's some teams that are threats there this year that, again, would not shock me if completely shock me if one of the other teams won a division. But I got the Bills, very talented team, obviously tough to stop their offense. Next, Rams. Again, you could debate maybe the most talented team in football. This team could be winning the Super Bowl. It's very possible. Could be my prediction. We'll see my final predictions on Monday. But it might be the toughest division in football. For me, the tough division in football, them not being ranked 7th or 8th most likely, it kind of shows how good the Rams are. They're my division winner here for the NFC West. But that is the toughest division in football. The Niners are healthy. The Seahawks are dangerous, gave them problems, and the Cardinals are getting better and developing. Further here. So it's tough. Any team can win that division. The Rams are the most talented. I guess the question with the Rams are staying healthy down the stretch of the season. So we'll see if they can do that. But yeah, I do have the LA Rams winning the NFC West. Some interesting ones now. Who does he got winning these divisions? I got the Browns winning the AFC North here. Interesting. The tough part about the Browns is that style offense. When teams start to figure out how to stop it, there's not the path kind of history shows that with other teams, it kind of can really go south. It's just run the ball to open up the pass. It's easier said than done to stop it because with the talent they have. But that's why they scare me a little bit because if teams start to catch on to that and figure out how to stop it, that could cause them some problems. But I'm predicting them in a division. I don't think they're going to be figured out, really. I don't think they're going to be stopped. They just got too much talent. This roster is just super talented on both sides of the ball now because what they added on defense. Mainly why they're 7th is it's just such a tough division. The Ravens, guaranteed to be a tough team to play every week. They're pretty beat up, If they weren't as beat up, this would be probably 8th. It would be tough to decide on who would win. And Steelers are growing on me. Earlier in the offseason, I was pretty low on them, basically because how they ended the season last year. Big Ben really couldn't do much downfield. They were starting to turn the ball over more. They lost a lot in the offensive line. They lost Bud Dupree, so wasn't really feeling the Steelers a whole bunch. But now, what they're trying to do with Najee Harris, I love that. The offensive line looks bad on paper, but they're very good at coaching, developing. The offensive line actually got better run blocking, believe it or not. Pass protection is still the question, but run blocking I think would actually be better. And they've added, Melvin Ingram. They just traded for Witherspoon the other day, so that definitely helps. So the Steelers could be pretty sneaky as well. So it's a very, very, very tough division here, for the Browns. But I do have the Browns. It's a tough one, though. It's a tough prediction. And then the big one, maybe, if you want to call it, the NFC East. The reason it's 8th, it's not the toughest division. The reason it's 8th is because I'm just so back and forth on who's going to win a division. I could change my mind And second I stop recording this video, I can definitely change my mind. That's why it's 8. That's why it's so close. I ran through week by week schedules over and over again. I ended up going with the Washington football team 8th. A big reason, you guys know I hype up the Cowboys. I love their offense. You guys know that. I really love their offense. That it could be an elite offense. Hey, it could be the best offense in football. It could be. It really could be. But a big reason, last year I predicted them to do way better than they did, but there was a legitimate excuse. What was it? I mean, their quarterback, left tackle, right tackle, they had other injuries than that, but those are the big 3 were hurt. They barely played any of the season. Some of them didn't play at all. Looking at a guy like Lil Collins. And that's it. That I trust the team to stay fully healthy. Dak with the injury last year, but now the shoulder injury, those tackles, a guy like Tyron Smith's constantly hurt. So I'm not predicting anybody to get hurt. But can I trust them? It's so tough. I'm looking at the schedule. I played multiple different scenarios, games that can go either way. I kind of flip-flopped them, different scenarios I play with before making this video. What I came up with is Washington, they do have a little better of a schedule for, how the layout is, where they play certain games. So I think they have a better shot. I think it'll be the best defense in football this year as well. That definitely helps. It's more of an offensive era, though, so will that really – it matters. It definitely matters that they have that good of a defense. So those head-to-head games are going to be crazy. They're going to be crazy there. So it would be offense versus defense, and how healthy will they be? It's really on will Fitzpatrick get it going, because Fitzpatrick is pretty damn inconsistent. You get the Fitz magic, and then you get the not so. You just get Fitzpatrick there. So that the lot will rely on that. I do worry about Washington's offensive line and pass protection. Not really run blocking at all. Pass protection worries me, and that when I start thinking about that, I'm like, I got to go Cowboys. I start thinking about the Cowboys' injury concern. I'm so back and forth on this one. I think the Cowboys' injury concern and Washington's defense was a deciding factor, but again, the Cowboys' offense can be elite, and the pass protection of Washington the Washington football team's offense should be much better than last year, but there's a scenario in my head, not my prediction, that it could be worse, and people that would confuse people, and it would be to me it would be because the offensive line's pass protection would be worse than last year. That'd be the only reason. On paper, it's better. So again, that's not my prediction. I like the way they played Tampa in that playoff game. That kind of sticks with me as well. The idea of that. We're rolling with Washington, so you got my division winners. Get an idea, a little sneak peek of my playoff predictions and the seedings. We'll go over exact seedings, round by round playoff, Super Bowl champion. Last year, if you weren't with us, early May, I think it was, I predicted Buccaneers Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So I'm confident. I'm always confident in my predictions. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm confident in my predictions. So we'll see what I have, and then the in-season content begins. Cannot wait. We got loads of content, but what everyone's waiting for, those power rankings, those weekly picks with all the guys that go out, those score predictions, kind of picks against the spread in a way, and all the recaps, everything. We got you some college football content, so join us for all that. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. You will not regret it. It would help us out a ton. And follow our Twitter. It's very, very important, especially this time of the year. Any link you're looking for, pin in the comments. Also, description. It's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.